Wrong.
It's morbid. It's morbid time. Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh daddy-o. Skibbity bop. All right. We was recording, Sean, man. What is up? As you were saying, you were playing Marvel Snap. Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
We're back. The Relicbuds
It's Relicbuds time.
have connected like the fingertips on a fusion dance.
Yeah. It's been a long time
Yes.
because we. So I think the last episode we did was like just when the Kickstarter ended, right?
Gosh, you know, I can't tell you what the last Kickstarter. It's
But
been so long.
basically-
So many events have occurred in one's life. It just feels. It's just like, oh,
I think part of it was like Kickstarter fulfillment time is nonstop, and all I'm doing is like sorting minis and ordering
yeah,
tape
man.
and making sure I have enough bubble mail.
Ordering tape. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's so much just like admin and then hours and hours, countless hours of just putting figures in baggies and those baggies into clamshells and then stickers on cards and cards sorted into baggies. It's like it's so much that my update would have been like, well, today I sorted another
50, yeah, 53 clamshells got clamped.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I also made dinner.
Not so exciting.
Yeah.
But and then obviously that bumped right into December, which I don't know. There's like one usable week in December, especially if you're a parent, because it's like you've got to just start working on Christmas and like doing Christmas stuff, you know, taking your kid shopping, getting ready for this thing and that thing, buying gifts and making meals, and then going on vacations to visit family.
Yeah, that's
that finally, after doing all of that, my flight got canceled in Canada, and I got trapped in Canada for an extra week.
That was a lot of
fun. So like from maybe like December 15th until January 10th, I was like basically out of the studio, just like shipping orders, but not really doing anything else. So we should have recorded a like holiday special.
Yeah, we definitely could have, but you know, you were recounting a lot of stuff there, and I was trying to think about what had happened during December. The only thing that was coming to mind was, man, I sure do remember being a little kid and just being like, say what? 12 days till Christmas. Oh my God. That's crazy. That's so far to only 12 days. You know, and it just felt like an excruciatingly long time. But now it's just like look up and I'm like, it's the 21st?
Yeah, it's a traumatically short amount of time as a parent. Getting ready.
You know, like, yeah, it definitely operates on a different timetable, it feels like, especially when there's not a lot of kids in my family right now. There's a lot of people to get gifts for, but like it definitely is, we're missing the old school, like all the kid, you know, the kid vibe. All the
stakes
kids
are way higher when you got a whole bunch of kids under the Christmas tree trying to dig through the presents.
Yeah,
fun and memorable.
It's like way more lax, you know. We're like, well, I got you some socks, you know, because your socks got holes in them and whatnot. Yeah,
I do love a good adult Christmas where you're like, well,
ooh, I need this.
We woke up.
Hey, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about that,
we're gonna have a nap.
Thanks to the peeps that contribute and come through the stream and meeting my donation goal there for Christmas, I was able to throw down on the new Sony EV10 camera, which was
frame. Can you see it in the
you can sort of see it. It's like right here ish. It's kind of creeping. But that's been nice. That's definitely a highlight, and was able to up the stream quality a lot with the image quality of the painting and stuff. And I've been using it to shoot video recently. Me and you were recently hanging out, really fulfilling the Kickstarter.
Yeah, we'll get into that story, but
yeah, and I was filmed a little vlog there, and the whole aim is really just to continue figuring it out so we can step into making more cool painting videos and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, you released the vlog today.
Yeah, that was labors last night.
Yeah, and that turned out great.
Hey,
I'm
thank you, man.
stoked. Yeah, I'm excited. I want like so much more Malev content, and like I really liked that like kind of conversational style, keeping people up to date on what you're up to. The editing was tight and like enjoyable to watch, and yeah, I
Nice.
was really stoked. I think that's cool content. That's cool to be able to see, and I get to enjoy more of the daily Malev vibes, and people who drop in your
Yeah.
stream get that, right? But like, um, that's like some on demand.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Because yeah, I'd love to do more stuff like kind of vlog style battle reports and things like that, or just what I've really wanted to do is kind of showcase the local store.
Yeah, I was gonna say see if you can get Gajo to like sponsor like
and show off what's cool there, all the things on the shelves and things, and
one Stargrave Mercenary box set will get you a vlog.
For real. Yeah, it's been fun. And I've been editing a lot of video, just stuff that's just kind of little throwaway projects and things like that, just to get my hands down and dirty with editing. Because yeah, painting videos, we've been daydreaming about Relic Blade, like kind of like how-to videos, and I've always wanted to take my stab at like shooting a battle report or something like that as well. Just because we need on the Metal King Studio channel, the Relic Blade Basics video is like 7 years old now. So we need to get it's
like me in a dark room. I mean, that's all my videos. Me in a dark room being like, hey. Like I think in the last video we were laughing about how sometimes YouTubers will show up in front of the camera and you'll be like, oh, you weren't ready for filming.
Oh yeah.
Like my most recent videos, like I look like a cat that got pulled out of a sewer, like plopped down in front of the camera, and I'm all like scraggling, like wow.
It's funny because it's kind of there's this part that I'm like interacting with my brain where there's a sort of scrappy kind of, it's just do it, like I was feeling like that with the video edit because of the sunscreen on my face. I was like, how embarrassing. And so I was like, I should get rid of it. I should cut it all, and then but I was just like, but why? It's just
plus then you get the real like visiting Sean and Napa experience where we take you on a too long hike up in the hills and get you all like worn out.
A slightly too long hike. The hip flexors.
Yeah, that was the short version. Like
I know. I remember thinking about that because we did that one, but in reverse last time.
Yeah, yeah. And Sarah and I are always like, man, if we just had more time. It was on Christmas Day. I grabbed Sarah and my dad, and we didn't have any kids, no like guests visiting, and we like as a Christmas present to ourselves took the long loop and like went deeper into Skyline. It was a lot of fun, but yeah, like you just don't normally get to like go wander way out there.
Yeah, no, I feel it. I want to try that disc golf course, even though it looks super tough.
I want to do it too, and yeah, next time you come out, we'll do it.
Yeah, we'll just get some disc golf.
We have to plan because all right, so I guess we should tell people. So I've been working tirelessly to get everything ready and in my workshop. So, inventory, shipping supplies, labels, boxes, packaging, all of the miniatures, all of the cards. The cards had to get sorted by hand. So I got like, 50,000 cards sorted by hand, all of that stuff, stickers, everything. And that took, several weeks to get after the Kickstarter, like a week or two to get that going. And then there was also the stretch goal figures, and that took more
Mm-hmm.
time. And then get those actually ordered and produced from the mold maker. So all of that finally finished up. So I had the stuff. And so that's when I got you to come out
Yep.
from where you're at,
The
fly
cold,
out to
the cold
California.
Utah. It's cold today. Oh my goodness.
And then with your help, able to me be there at the computer furiously, like typing up and going through all of the logs of what people ordered and
Mm-hmm.
trying to make sure I get all of that set up and actually printing the labels so I could pass the labels to you where you'd pack the order and label it. And, like, let me tell you guys, packing 600 orders, like 600 is a big number, but it's not like mind blowing or anything. It sounds like it should be pretty manageable, but like that's a lot of hands-on stuff over and over and over.
Yeah, every
And so
piece is.
I guarantee you there are mistakes throughout the orders. And so if you received your Kickstarter stuff, let me know and I'll send you the, if you got the crab instead of the pig or the pig instead of a crab, just let me know. You can
yeah,
contact me
GC.
through the Kickstarter, and that's an easy way to do it. But
I feel good about our
yeah,
little system though. I was like,
yeah,
bam, bam,
yeah.
boom, boom, bam.
And like
Clap.
because we shipped the US orders that priority mail, and we finished shipping everything on Thursday, by now everyone in the US should have their stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's like 2 to 3 days shipping. And so I think I shipped out like 6 corrections, like pigs that got missed or whatever. And it primarily almost all of the mistakes were when people had added an add-on separate from Kickstarter. Been like, "Oh, can I PayPal you?" And so
Yeah,
anytime
feel you.
because Kickstarter like hid all the notes.
Mm.
So even though I've got a huge monitor and the web page up big, it's like you have to scroll down to see the notes. And so I definitely missed some of the notes and made mistakes here and there. Nikki B got 2 whole sets.
Two whole
We shipped his
holes
Kickstarter
twice.
So
Really? Because
beautiful.
we caught that. I think we caught that twice, but I guess it happened 3 times in total then. Because we'd be like, oh, wait a minute, this guy didn't do with this guy twice. Yeah. But yeah, that's funny because and
then Matt got a hold of me today. Another OG Relicbud.
Yeah.
And his was marked shipped, but we didn't actually ship anything. He was like, "Do you have the tracking number?" I was like, no, it never shipped." So I shipped that out. So like,
so there was no label.
The Kickstarter system is so awkward because you have to like click this. You have to open the report of what people ordered, and then there's like a little drop-down menu where you can mark whether it's fulfilled or shipped or delayed or whatever. So then I click shipped, but then I have to copy and paste all of the addresses and put them into ShipStation to actually print the postage. So at a certain point, his got marked shipped, but before. Anyways, all that to say,
Yeah.
I know that I've made mistakes, but because the shipping's so fast, we're at like a 1%
zoom
mistake ratio. So
yeah.
It's not too bad. And that happens every time. But
yeah,
definitely don't just be like, "Oh, Sean messed up and I don't want to bug him." Like, just let me know. I work super hard to get it. into people's hands,
Yeah,
like from every step of the way.
that's
And
the
so to
whole point.
fail at the very last moment by just like packing the order wrong when I had so many to pack, that's not where I want the story to end. Like, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
So we did it though. You visited. Unfortunately, we played 0
I
games.
know. I was just thinking that, but you know what was funny though?
We didn't play a board game.
And
We
it
didn't
was
play like
like
a word game. We didn't play
we
I
did.
Spy.
We didn't play a word game. No, we did share a lot of words and talk about a lot of
Yeah.
games. You
Tell each
know,
other a riddle.
no riddles. We just a lot of daydreaming, a lot of
Yeah.
just sharing cool stories and talking
Yeah.
about things and yeah, and talking about games and videos and kind of all these sorts of things. But I remember that having that moment where you were like, we could play a game, and I just was like looking at the table, and I was like, I think that it would be more work to play a game right now than it would be to continue working.
I'm glad you said that because we ended up shipping like another 120
We
orders
just
that
went
week.
down that night, yeah. You know,
Yeah,
and it
because
was
we would have
cool.
had to clean up all our shipping department stuff, all of the figures lined up
Mm-hmm.
and ready, and then get out terrain and
Yeah,
figures, and
it was cool because
it would have been worth it.
you were
But
you
yeah,
were
it's not.
painting the X-Men, the Uncanny X-Men set
Yeah,
with
yeah, on the
those
weekend. That was
that
our chillest day when you that because
yeah,
you arrived
Saturday and
Friday night.
Sunday. Yeah, we were
Saturday,
kind of
Sunday, we
just
just
we that was just mostly preparatory packing
yeah,
for
yeah, sorting more minis that needed to get sorted.
yeah, for the super conveyor belt blast in the next days.
Yeah,
I'm
beautiful.
I'm prepping right now in a COD Immortal. All that time around all that metal out there and also like watching you paint models in like the blink of an eye. I was like, "Ooh, I want to paint models. Gotta
Yeah.
get back and get all this relic blade stuff ready." And it's hype to already see people painting their catacomb stuff, playing catacombs, escaping,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
escaping.
yeah. It's really fun to finally get that stuff out. And then and the biggest thing that I actually also because on Thursday when you were here, we shipped the last of the domestic stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then and we had packed all of the international stuff, but there's like
Yeah,
a ton of work that goes into all the customs documentation and getting the labels and all and packing it all the best way it can for that transatlantic flight. So I finally today dropped off all the stuff with FedEx to go to the distribution overseas. And yeah, so that means
we
other than the people who didn't respond to their surveys, which they all have emails, um, yeah, we're done. We did it. The Catacombs of
catacombs.
Kural is in the catacomb.
It's been sealed.
Yep.
It's been sealed up. That's wild. Maybe maybe next episode we can talk about what could be next for Sean Sutter.
Yeah.
Um, speaking of other things that because you've also got a whole bunch of other stock of some stuff into your garage now.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the sludge miniatures from
Sludge.
Black Site Studio because when I first was doing sludge, I had the rules published in Blaster,
Mm-hmm.
and then I did sculpts and stuff for sludge minis, but and then had Connor and Ben over at Black Site Studio like produce the molds and manage the inventory for me so I wouldn't get too overwhelmed. But then I found like for me, so like packing the orders and shipping it myself, even though it's extra work, it's also like really encouraging to me because I see people being enthusiastic about it.
Yeah,
And so
that feedback loop.
moving forward, I got the rights to Sludge back from Blaster so I can publish it separately.
Yay.
Not for Sledge Nations, but for the core rules. I own that now fully. And so I was able to put the PDF for the Sledge rules up on my website, and now all of the Sledge miniatures on my website. And then also the 3D printable download files for all the Sludge miniatures and conversion bits onto my website, and the tokens onto my website. So it's like a big process of like
Just
consolidating it, because one of the hardest things with that game is that like the rules were available. I wrote them, but Blaster published them, but then Blaster actually published them through Drive-Thru RPG. So you have to like kind of jump Metal King, Sean Sutter to Metal King Studio to Blaster to Drive-Thru RPG to get the rules, and then for the figures, you have to kind of do the opposite, backtrack. Like I'm on Drive-Thru RPG. Oh, I have to go to Blaster.com. Oh, I have to go to Metal King Studio. Oh, here's a link to Black Site Studio. Like, and then you're ordering from.
It was like going through the mud.
Yeah,
to try
I mean,
and
it's already
get some
hard
Sludge.
enough. Starting a new game is already so hard. Like you go on, you're like, oh, I'm interested in checking out, Moonstone or Warp Miniatures. What's it called? Arc World. And you're like, all right, well, what do I order? They've got a little guide. Oh, there's a 2-player set. That's good. Do I need the rule book? Is the rule book included in the 2-player set? Is it a download? So then you're searching around that one website and it's already trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
But then for Sledge, it was like, oh, go to this other website, go to this other website, and here's a 4th website, and then you can download it and then print it on demand with them. But then, anyways, all that to say, I'm trying to put Sledge all in one place, and my hope is that in 2023, which is this year, I'll be able to collect together and put like a nice Sledge book out.
That'd be beautiful.
We'll see. That's my hope, but.
There is one other spot where it's at, right?
Pardon?
There is one other space where you're putting the Sludge stuff other than your website, yeah? Did you mention that? Did I miss that?
Oh, yeah. You can get the files on my mini factory. So
yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's really kind of experimental about putting my sculpts up for download.
Yes.
Because there's a monthly fee to have a store on there. And so I kind of need like it to pay for itself.
Mm-hmm.
And then
international peeps.
But
international
it's
printer
mostly
peeps.
to reach people who like my mini factory, because you can get them a little bit cheaper on my website. So, but my mini factory will host and organize all your files for you. So I think it's like worth the extra $1 to use their system if you already are using their system.
Yeah,
but if you have a hard drive, an external hard drive where you keep your stuff, then buy it from me and you get it a little cheaper.
Boom, boom. I have a whole bunch. I still got to print, but now that you get the straight core rulebook in PDF, that's going to be real nice, because that has the core rulebook has like the main army list in it. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, it has the core rules, the all the rules for gore and activating units and how to do that.
So that's technically all you. That's technically like all you need to
and it has
get
all
into
the
Sludge.
Army lists and scenarios.
Wow,
and then there's an expansion called Sledge Nations that has new army lists that like are special units that you can add. So if you make an Imperial army, you gain new access to new units, but not the other new units than if you made a different army. So the factions are all the core plus a batch of new guys. But anyways,
new rules.
That set of rules, because with Blaster, there is like an exclusive through Blaster agreement for 1 year after publication. So through March, Blaster will own Sludge Nations, and then I guess in April I'll be able to publish that.
Well, I guess...
But by then hopefully I can get the ball rolling on more Sludge stuff. But it's the Sludge PDF available now is for people that weren't ready to buy the collected volume of Blaster, and want to check it out. and then a new sludge book is in the, maybe a Kickstarter this fall kind of
Yeah,
timeline for
on the
holiday deals
horizon.
or whatever, before it's in
That's
hand.
exciting though. I kind of just barely pieced that together because I still have a whole bunch of the Keth figures because I was admiring my little like painted sample ones, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But actually being able to roll up to the local game store with just a PDF be nice.
Yeah, make it easier. Yeah, so that's sort of the sludge update. Is I'm trying to make it accessible and playable, and it's a multi-stage process as with everything.
Yeah, I'm excited though. There's lots of cool things that are going down with Metal King Studio right now. Like the amount of metal that I have to prep right now is just crazy. Catacombs. Well, Sean, I think we can call it for our super short update, kind of like just Relicbuds. We just recently got together, finished shipping it. You guys can check out the vlog. I'll link that in the show notes and
I
stuff.
should link that. Yeah.
I should be dropping more information soon on stuff because Sean's going to. I don't know if we mentioned this, but you're leaving pretty soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like very soon.
Yeah, day after tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. It's a far off away Icelandic trip.
Yep, I'm gonna check out Iceland with
So
some friends.
yeah, maybe by the time that people be hearing this, we'll have some updates of Sean maybe sitting in the hot spring and looking at an aurora borealis.
Yeah, that's the hope. That's the dream.
All in one photo, you know,
Yeah,
while
yeah,
staring at a
and
comet.
getting back into the swing after the holidays. Relicbuds is back on the menu.
Yeah, because we are set up for Adepticon. So
Yep.
far, that is on the horizon, and it's a big show. There's lots of cool stuff to bring there. The Ogsul invasion shall be coming. That's for sure. But all right, y'all. Thanks for checking us out. Much love and peace.